Nanoleaf just launched a brand new light strip, and I gotta say, it might be the best light strip ever. Let me begin by saying that this light strip's name is a real doozy. So here we go. This is the Nanoleaf Essentials Matter Smart Multicolor HD Light Strip. Yeah, that's a lot. Anyway, the HD light strip has 3 killer features that most other light strips don't have. In fact, most other Nanoleaf products don't have. The first is that each LED can show multiple colors at once. This means you don't have to choose one full color for the entire strip or even sections of colors across the strip. Each individual LED can do whatever it is that you want it to do. Number 2, there are 60 LEDs per meter. That's a lot, and that creates a very high resolution effect if you're doing something like this rainbow gradient that I have behind me. And number 3, this light strip supports Matter over Wi-Fi. Previous Nanoleaf products, including light strips, supported Matter over Thread. But Matter over Wi-Fi is easier because you don't need a Thread border router. Pretty much any smart home hub will work here, including the Google Nest Hub Max, which is what I have in my home. The HD light strip also has a bunch of other features you would expect from a product like this, including being trimmable, responding to music and sound, the ability to dim to different levels that you need, programming, and all sorts of other things that you would expect. It's also a Nanoleaf product, so it works together with the Nanoleaf app and any other Nanoleaf products that you have in your home. For example, I have it working together with my panels above my TV to create this cool rainbow effect. The HD light strip also works with Nanoleaf's desktop app, which allows you to have the colors of the strip match what's going on your monitor or TV, depending on what you're doing. Thanks to Matter over Wi-Fi, setting up the light strip is super easy. All you need to do is scan a QR code to connect it to the Nanoleaf app, and then use that same barcode to connect it to whatever else you have in your home that supports it. In my case, that was the Nest Hub Max and my Homey Pro. Setting up both took a matter of seconds. It's super easy, making Matter over Wi-Fi one of the best things that's happened to smart homes in a long time. As a shout out to Homey Pro users, unfortunately the Nanoleaf app for Homey Pro doesn't yet support the HD light strip because it's too new of a product. Hopefully Nanoleaf will add it to that support soon, but for the time being, when you take it out of the box and set it up with your Homey Pro, you're only gonna have limited control based on Matter, not on Nanoleaf. Anyway, once I got the HD light strip connected to my smart home, getting it connected to where I wanted it to be, which is around my television, was super easy. That's because every inch of the light strip has an adhesive backing to it that is really strong, connected to my TV without any issues at all. My TV is an LG C1 65-inch model, and the light strip had enough that I could get all the way around the TV and even had a little bit to spare. I cut off the excess, but if you have a 75-inch TV, this would probably be just the right amount to get all the way around without needing to cut anything. If you have an 80-inch TV or above, you might need a second light strip, which could be a problem, and I'll get to that in a bit. With everything set up and the light strip connected to my TV, making it do cool things lighting up the back of my television was just as easy as opening the Nanoleaf app and selecting colors or scenes that I liked. I like the rainbow look, so I did that for now, but I could do a solid color. I could even do a cool white color to create bias lighting while I'm watching a movie, which is what most home theater experts recommend you do when you're consuming content on an OLED television. This makes the blacks and the colors really pop. You can also create your own scenes, copy scenes from existing Nanoleaf panels in your home, or download scenes from the internet that community has created. Pretty much there's limitless possibilities for the amount of colors and things you can do with these strips. But what I was most excited to try out was the Nanoleaf desktop app. As I mentioned earlier, this reflects what's going on your screen or television by creating the lights that match what's going on the screen. So for example, if you're watching a movie and the screen is predominantly blue, then the light strip will be predominantly blue. Nanoleaf has gotten so specific because each LED can be controlled on this strip. So if the corner of the display is orange and the rest of it is blue, then you'll get blue on most of it, and then in that one corner, you'll get orange. This creates this incredibly immersive experience, especially when you're playing games. The downside to this is that this program only works on Mac and Windows PCs. That means if you use a streaming device to watch movies like a Roku, or if you play your games on consoles like the PS5, you're not going to have access to this feature. Nanoleaf does create a different product that comes with a camera, and you point the camera at your TV and then you're able to duplicate this experience in pretty much anything that's appearing on your screen. After trying out this HD light strip for a while now, there are really only two major complaints that I have. The first is that it is not extendable. There are lots of other lights on the market like this where you could link more lights together to make the strip longer. Unfortunately, this only comes in one length, which is 5 meters, which is about 16.5 feet. If you want something longer than that, unfortunately, you just have to buy a second strip, and that strip is going to work independently from this strip, which could cause complications. It's easy enough to trim off some of the parts, but if you only want a strip that's like this long, you don't have that choice, and then you're spending a lot of money to buy something you're just going to cut most of it off. This makes the product a little inconvenient, but the 5 meter length that they offer is good enough to wrap around pretty much any TV. The second major issue with the HD light strip is that there's no cover over it. This would have two effects. Number one, it would diffuse the light, making it less overpowering. And number two, it would make it so that you could hang it somewhere visible and it would still look good when it's powered off. As it is right now, the light strip doesn't look that nice. When you're putting it behind a TV or under some cabinets or under your bed or wherever, that's fine because nobody's gonna be able to see it. But if you were thinking about putting this on the wall, then it's going to look a little ugly when it's not powered on because you're just going to have all the bare LEDs surrounding it. These are minor issues though, and other than that, the light strip is incredible. It does pretty much everything I'd want a light strip to do, and it's so customizable that I feel like I could pretty much do anything with this light strip that I can think of. When you combine this with the Matter over Wi-Fi support, you get a light strip that is incredibly easy to use, totally versatile, and looks great, especially when it's wrapped around a TV. The HD light strip is also very fairly priced. At a list price of $70, it's much cheaper than the most relevant Philips Hue light strip, which starts at $270, and that doesn't even include the Hue bridge that you need to buy for that to work. Even the Govee Rope Light 2 is a little bit more expensive with a list price of $100. Obviously, the Govee Rope Light 2 has the diffuser cover on it, so that solves one of the problems present with the HD light strip from Nanoleaf, but the Govee Rope Light 2 doesn't have each individual LED customizable, creating those ultra smooth gradient effects. So you have to give a little to get a little with the Govee Rope Light 2. All in all, I am very happy with the HD light strip from Nanoleaf. I think it complements my house perfectly. I love how much I can control it, and it looks great on my TV. But I want to know what you think. If you were to buy one of these, what would you do with it? Would you wrap it around your TV like I've done here, or would you put it somewhere else? Let me know your ideas, and maybe somebody else in the comments could get a great idea for what they would do with this light strip. In the meantime, I will see you guys in the next video.